Wow, this is amazing. Welcome, everybody, to the 2016 HubSpot Product Spotlight. My name is Christopher. I am representing the product team today. We are the group of software developers, designers, and product managers, user researchers. And our job is to take this ambitious vision that you've seen over the course of the afternoon and to bring it to reality, to bring it to today. I'd love to start with a question. And it's less of a question, actually, as a group exercise. Now, I wasn't a huge fan of group exercises when I was in school, really any kind of exercise. But this is a good way for you guys. You're here to meet some new people, make some friends. So you're going to make some friends here. Very simple. I want you to think of one word. If you've ever used the HubSpot product, just one word. It could be something you like about it, a feature, an app, a characteristic of the product, just one word. Everybody got the word? And on three, we're going to say it out loud. I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, and then you're going to say it out loud, okay? After 3. Sometimes people get a little anxious about that. Got your word? 1, 2, 3. I have no plan from here on out. I just was very curious what that would be like. That was very cool. That was very cool. How often do you have 4,000 people in a room? You can do something silly. It shows us something, though. I did have a reason for doing it. It shows us that the HubSpot product is massive. Our community is huge. It's many things to many people. So I just discussed what our team's job is to take the future vision and make it reality. But how do we do it when it is so many things to so many people? Brian and Dharmesh set us up really nicely here to talk about that process. Recognize the future, productize it, bring it to today, and democratizing it by bringing it to as many people in the world as possible. Today is mostly about the productized piece. And I have a fun fact for you, which is anybody who just said something out loud, anybody who has so much as signed up for the free CRM or logged in, anything, any action in the product, you have helped us make a better product. Millions of actions in the product over the course of the last year have helped us make a better product. Every time you send an email, it helps us build a better email tool. Every time you close a deal, it helps us build a better CRM. So we take these millions of touch points throughout the year, and it's not just your actions, it's also your words. I was amazed to learn, and you may be as well, that we have at HubSpot over 1,000 human conversations a day about marketing, about sales, about the HubSpot product. Over 1,000 a day. So it's hundreds of thousands of human conversations over the course of the year. Millions of touch points, so many thousands of conversations. And then we condense that down into ideas. We have a few hundred ideas that everybody in this room helps us focus on and prioritize. That's where we get started building the product. Before we get into a handful of those ideas that stand out from the rest, I'd like to celebrate the product team in this community delivering 137 of these ideas to reality this year. Let's hear it for everybody who submitted an idea. We're going to keep condensing it down. So hundreds of ideas, and we condense that, as you might imagine, into themes. Like we talk to customers all day. We must see some themes. We do see themes. 2 themes for 2016. 2 themes that forced us to develop an entirely new concept, an entirely new approach to growth technology. The first theme is power. Why power? Power because you have all gotten better at what you do. I've been working on these products for 6 or 7 years, and when I started, most folks that I spoke with were just trying to get into this new world, just learning about inbound for the first time, trying to do content marketing, turn their site and their voice into a magnet. And happily, the world has grown up a lot in the last 10 years. And it's not enough to do something. You have to do everything that matters. We understand that. We're with you. We hear you. You need deeper functionality. Okay, here's where it gets interesting. Guess what the second theme is? Simplicity. Okay, yes, the plot thickens. So you want deeper power, but you also want the products to be more intuitive. You want it to be easier to get started. You want it to be easier to see results. And our personal favorite on the product team, you want more reasons to invite folks at your companies into the growth effort. Wonderful things happen when you do that. So we've taken these two themes and boiled them into a new concept, a whole new way of looking at this. We needed a new perspective that would help us deliver this added power while simplifying your user experience. We see a connected foundation of tools and services that get stronger and easier the more we build it out, the more we add to it. Introducing the growth stack. The growth stack is a simple and powerful technology foundation that helps you drive accelerated growth for your company. Here's why it's cool. It's not just cool because everything we add is integrated with everything we've made. That's a given. It's a given that this is all snaps together perfectly, is pre-integrated and seamless. That's a given. What's cool is every time we add power, everything else in the stack gets simpler. Steps in your process start to disappear. Very cool. And on a personal level, I love the growth stack because at its heart, it is about people. It is about contacts, it's about the unified contact database, and building and delivering a remarkable buying experience. So let's get started. A simpler, more powerful foundation. This is the first section of product improvements. We're going to look at 3 areas. These are sweeping areas across the entire product. This lays the groundwork for us to add power while simplifying the experience. We have an amazing team of user experience professionals and designers. We're very blessed. In addition to the very demanding job that our designers have, they took it upon themselves this year to redesign the entire product. So one theme across everything we see today is we've redesigned the entire product. Very, very exciting. Here's the first area. The unified contact database is the heart of the growth stack. Automation, HubSpot Workflows, is the brain. It's that automation engine that delivers a remarkable customer experience while saving you time and saving you resources. As all of you have become more sophisticated over the years, we've added an enormous amount of power to workflows. Workflows is a beast. There's a ton you can do with workflows. Today, we'll celebrate a huge step forward towards simplifying the app. Introducing the HubSpot Visual Workflow Editor. It's absolutely beautiful. It has this new look and feel we're going to see throughout the day. It's like having the best whiteboard in the world to lay your campaigns out on, except you have perfect penmanship, just absolutely perfect. Look at you go. And you can branch, of course, we talked about branching last year. You can branch on all the criteria that you would expect. Very powerful, very sophisticated, and all of the actions that we've built over the years. You can operate on contacts, you can manipulate lists, you can do internal notifications. Of course, you can send emails. We've added a little bit more power too. We've added a little bit more power this year in addition to simplifying it. We've added a number of sales actions. More and more of you using the CRM and our sales tools. Look what just happened. We just built a lead rotator in 10 seconds. I've heard of lead rotators taking more than 10 seconds to build. I've heard it occasionally happens. And now what we're going to do a new lead notification email, but totally custom. We're going to use our own email template. These are powerful things. You guys didn't talk about this stuff 10 years ago. You talk about it every day on the phone with us these days. Power delivered in a very, very simple vehicle. HubSpot Visual Workflows. All right, the next area. A great place if you're going to redesign the product, great place to invest is in data visualization and analytics. We have rebuilt not just the visualization layer, but the entire innards, the entire engine of reporting across marketing, CRM, and sales. Let's take a look at some of the reporting enhancements. First of all, it's beautiful. You can see it's the same gorgeous typography and consistent fonts, consistent colors, and new metrics. We've moved to a more industry standard sessions metric for web analytics, which is very exciting for us. And when we did that, we added more breakdowns. So it's simpler visually, but a lot more powerful. You can click in and see new versus returning visitor. You can see session length by source, pages by source, very deep content analytics. Device type, this is a huge one. This was an idea that you guys kept bringing to us. We did it. You can see geography breakdowns, a deep rethinking and polish of reporting across the entire product line. This guy likes it. So design is a terrific place to raise the bar. We've seen that across the whole product in a couple of places here, but I want to share how our team thinks about user experience as a whole. The term that is associated with success for a product team like ours is usually enterprise grade. Most folks want to build an enterprise grade product, an enterprise grade experience. For us, that's not good enough. We want to deliver a consumer-grade experience. The growth stack should be as intuitive, as satisfying, and even as fun to use as the things that you use in your personal life, all those apps and tools. And where do you use most of those apps and tools? On your mobile device. This is an exciting one. We have a brand new mobile app. You can see that new look and feel extends, of course, to the new mobile app. And we've taken the best of what you have used in the marketing iOS app, the sales one, and the CRM. We had 3. We've combined them. Simplified those use cases that are really valuable to you, made it much more elegant, and put the growth stack in your pocket. This is my favorite little feature here. You can actually ask for deal updates with one click. So this is great for CEOs, sales managers who want to stay involved. If you have a few extra minutes, you can drop a note in on a deal. I've never actually heard of a sales rep being forgetful or letting things fall through the cracks. But if it were to ever happen for the first time, hypothetically, this would be the coolest thing ever. This is the new unified HubSpot mobile app. Search HubSpot on the iTunes App Store. It's live today. Live today, replaces the 3 apps we had before. And Android is coming in early 2017. We have heard thousands of you wanting the growth stack on Android. We're right there with you. Unified mobile app, very, very exciting. Okay. That was the foundation of the growth stack. Little discussion of the redesign we did. It's fun. I want you to meet a few of my friends. We're going to meet 3 of my friends over the course of the rest of the talk here. I want to introduce you to Matt. Matt is a HubSpotter, actually, and a bit of a legend. He joined, and within a few months, people were whispering his name in the hallways because he had accomplished this feat of magic. He came in to run our SEO efforts. And within about 2 or 3 months, he had taken all of these assets that we've had for a long time and the new wonderful content we were producing and added millions and millions of organic visits out of thin air. No additional budget, no additional headcount, no additional resources, no new campaigns. It just started working in this transformational way. It wasn't a trick. Spent a bunch of time with Matt. The product team got to know Matt very quickly. And it wasn't a magic trick. Matt realized that there was a massive shift underway in search. Brian and Dharmesh talked about how search is changing, writing for humans as opposed to machines. Well, that's this part of the talk here. So Matt had a new approach. He had the secret, he had the key. You guys want to hear what Matt's secret is? I can't tell you the secret. Not yet. Not yet. We've got to build up a little tension, get to know each other a little bit. Two things have changed, Matt said. We sat with Matt, and we were scared that this giant shift was happening. Matt seemed to know the secret. No one else knew the secret. He said, I'm going to break it down. Two things have changed. Fundamentally, how people search in search engines has changed. That was really scary. He said, don't worry, I got you. This is very simple. Second thing that's changed is what the search engines show. Okay, that seems like basically everything in the world of search. He said, don't worry about it. I have some tips for you guys. Here's how to think about it. Brian and Dharmesh talked about 10 years ago and today. A couple things have changed. The way that we like to, we talk about jobs to be done, right? We talk about, on the product team, the roles and responsibilities that each actor in a system has. So that's sort of a lens we use. 10 years ago, the searcher's job was to use the right terms. Do you guys remember this? You remember when some people were better at Googling things than other people? Do you remember searching something and then searching differently to try to say it in the right way that would get you the thing you were looking for? You remember that? It's not that way anymore. And then the search engine's job was to take that exact string and say, yes, this search, and to go to its huge index and look at the link graph that Dharmesh was so beautifully describing and explaining, and kind of come up with an authoritative match for that exact query. So the marketer was left with a million good ideas. I mean, we have a lot of problems. We do not have problems coming up with ideas. Taking ideas, picking some to write about, and then trying to kind of take this keyword research and dovetail it in and get these keywords in so that it was going to show up. And that was the job 10 years ago. Today, massive shift. The searcher's job is to be themselves. 1 out of 5 searches that happens today will happen on a mobile device by voice. 1 out of 5 already. So this isn't something that's happening 5 years, 10 years from now. This is already happening. And the engine's job is to discover the true intent. This is like being a wonderful romantic partner. It's not just the words, it's what someone's really asking, right? And so trying to understand that. That's what the search engines are getting really good at now. And they are getting very good at it. Matt explained to me, they see the following 2 searches very differently. On a mobile device on 3G walking slowly down Newbury Street is a different search for Italian food than the same device on Wi-Fi in downtown Boston in an office building not moving. In the latter case, they're more likely to recommend a dinner restaurant to make a reservation at. Mind-blowing shift, it's already happened. So what the heck are we supposed to do as marketers? Scary kind of moment. All right, now I get to tell you the secret. It's nice, it's elegant. It's a shift from terms to topics. A shift from long-tail keyword research, massive spreadsheets, down to just a half a dozen topic areas that you as a business can own authoritatively, top to bottom. You want to take that, we call it a topic cluster, okay? And you want to take that topic cluster and you want to own 10%, 15%, 20% of that cluster. So if you know what these clusters are, you don't have to worry about keywords as much. You just write the best content that you can for that topic. And Matt showed us an example that blew our minds. We've been talking about inbound marketing for years and years. Inbound sales is a little bit newer, so we watch this closely. We would love to dominate and be the authority at HubSpot on this idea of inbound sales and all of what we call the subtopics. So this is a real-world example. Google autocomplete for the term inbound sales. And we crush that. Inbound sales day is HubSpot. Certification is HubSpot. Methodology is HubSpot. Definition is HubSpot. HubSpot sure is HubSpot. On down the list. He illustrated to us that we had managed to surround this entire topic area and just dominate it, and that was his trick. That was this feat of magic that got him all of this new traffic. So we have some great news. We've taken Matt and installed him into the HubSpot COS. We have a brand new content strategy tool that is this secret and only this secret. We're the only technology company doing this. This is the HubSpot content strategy tool. You put a topic in, and then the tool will coach you on the subtopics. It'll say, don't worry so much about this. Yeah, here's a good one over here. Under the covers, it's very, very powerful, very complex. We're using machine learning, natural language processing, all kinds of cool kind of voodoo, and surfacing those learnings about competitiveness, popularity, relevance. We can even tie a topic all the way through to what's generating actual customers. So no one can do that. Very powerful and very simple. Even though we're adding power, we're simplifying your world. Much less keyword research, more topic cluster discovery, and writing for humans. What's really nice about this is that you get to write for people and not machines. This is the first step toward that exciting vision that Dharmesh laid out, human enjoyment optimization. At the end of the day, it makes a lot of sense. We're all humans. I'm not sure about Matt. I saw him plug himself in that meeting the other day. But that's cool. We'll take it. So it's very satisfying, very powerful, and very simple to focus on writing for humans. Continuing this theme with content, and continuing this theme of taking complex technological power and hiding it away underneath the growth stack so you never have to think about it. You guys starting to see this lightning bolt in social media? I swear over the course of even working on this deck the last month, I see it twice as often now. I see it in Google. I see it in Facebook. So I'm going to tell you what this thing is. This is a big, big deal. Most links, when you click them on your mobile device, kind of takes a second, and then it takes a second, and then you hit the back button like, what am I, on vacation? We're very, very impatient on our mobile devices for whatever reason. And this little magic lightning bolt, when it's next to a link, there's none of that. You hit that link, and you know it's going to load instantly. Could be any different content publisher. It loads instantly. Great for engagement. OK, so this is called AMP, Accelerated Mobile Pages, and it's a format. So it's relatively easy. It's at least straightforward to get started with AMP. And so when you write a blog post, you guys are going to want to take a couple notes here. When you write a blog post, what you want to do is pull up your favorite code editor. If you don't have a favorite code editor, you can ask Dharmesh. Any ID of your choice, and write an HTML version of that. It's sort of a different flavor of HTML, though. You got to put I am not making this up. You have to put a lightning bolt in the HTML tag. I don't know how to type a lightning bolt personally. I think Matt has a lightning bolt on his keyboard, but the rest of us don't. And then you got to include JavaScript, their JavaScript, but none of your JavaScript. And analytics JavaScript is a really interesting question. If you flip through the docs, you're going to find the part where you actually have to do a special JavaScript tag, include, and then you make sure you do your tokenized canonical URL. Look, it's a mess, and you're obviously not going to do that. You want to spend your time writing for humans. We've taken care of it for you. Moving forward, all you have to do is write content. Every new post in the HubSpot COS is automatically AMP enabled. It's going to load instantly on mobile devices. It's going to work just killer in Google and Facebook in these new hot formats. Here's why Matt loves this. Doesn't seem like an SEO thing, but it is. Why? Because people are more likely to click it. when they see the lightning bolt in search results. It's a ranking signal. People are less likely to hit the back button. People are more likely to read the content. They're more likely to share the content. It amplifies itself. And you climb in the search rankings as a result. Very powerful aspect of content tools in the growth stack. Simple because you have to do absolutely nothing. Oh boy. Let's pull this thread a little more. Brian had a great sequence in his talk where when you have a piece of content that's doing well, when you've written for humans, you have a great authoritative piece of content that's doing well, you want to bet on it. You want to keep pushing on it. Inbound's working, so put some paid ad spend behind it. Last year, we launched the HubSpot Ads add-on. In the last 12 months, we've seen thousands and thousands of successful campaigns where all of you have amplified your content's effectiveness using paid media. We thought that there was one thing missing. We thought there was a big network missing from this tool. We're very pleased today to announce a new and deep partnership with Facebook. This is destiny, moving from impressions to clicks to leads, and now here in the growth stack to customers. You can see what you pay for new customers through Facebook, amplifying that content. Creating content in campaigns couldn't be simpler. We have all of the content, all of your assets, all of the campaigns. We do all of that. Web analytics tagging, we do all the tracking for you. You post the ad on Facebook, you can do the segmentation, all of that from within HubSpot. Massively powerful and very much simpler than using multiple tools. We have a huge roadmap over 2017 with Facebook, and look forward to being part of the beta of this. We have reporting now, and the campaign management will roll into beta in early 2017. All right. A lot of us here are from Boston, and most Boston folks are sports fans, and most Boston sports fans love rooting for the underdog. So we were thrilled to see the Cubbies have a great season. Congrats to Chicago and all the Chicago fans. We were rooting for you guys. That was super cool. And it reminds us that inbound is a team sport. It's a team sport. Growth is a team sport. Business is a team sport. And there are two critical things about team sports, from what I'm told. Not much of an athlete. Couple really big things. The first is to know your role. To do your job, know your role, and understand your responsibility is the work you have to do that your team is depending on you for. And the second thing is you need a strong playbook. So you need plays that can get everybody on the team playing their part and tackling the challenge at hand. That's why I absolutely love HubSpot Projects. HubSpot Projects is now live for all marketing portals. And it's exactly what it sounds like. It is sleek, embedded project management right within HubSpot. It has, obviously, the concept of tasks, different projects. You can do assignees based on all of the users in the portal. You can add a due date. You have a description, name of the task. You can add assets to the task. You can mention your friends and hassle them to do work. It's one of my favorite things to do. But this is what makes you a superstar. The HubSpot Academy team has taken dozens of plays and put them right inside your HubSpot portal. Let's hear it for the Academy team. It's a massive effort. We spent the whole year doing this and adopting this internally, bringing on all of our new customers for this. Very, very exciting. So we have all of these different types of campaigns you can do and reporting projects all within HubSpot. It's a great way to learn HubSpot too if you're newer to the growth stack. There's a nice added benefit for partners. I see some partners out here in the audience tonight. You can copy and paste project templates between portals. Why is that cool? You have things that you do with every customer. You have things that work with one customer and you want to apply to another customer. We heard your feedback. This was one of those killer ideas that we got from human conversations with you, and we made it happen, copying projects between portals for partners. So, big, exciting road. It's here for partners. My second friend is here with us today, David. In a former life, David taught me so much about digital marketing, inbound marketing. I wrote my first blog at work with David. He taught me about PPC, he taught me about SEO, email marketing, everything. So I owe David a lot in my career. And the thing you got to know about David is that any tool he gets his hands on, he is going to use to the absolute edge of what it can do. And then pop his head up and have suggestions and have ideas and have questions. So he's a super fun person to work with on the growth stack. I'm going to hear a little bit from him in a minute. So he's a power user. He can take a business from 0 to $1 million in revenue to 10 million to 100 million. He's done it all. And he is at a very exciting company, EasyCater, right now, in hyper growth mode. About 150 employees. They are on fire. One of the hottest companies on the East Coast. So being the power user that he and his team are, we have them in mind and their feedback in mind in this next section of improvements where we make the system more powerful, particularly for marketing partnering closely with sales. I'll digress for a personal comment, which is that I'm at a very interesting phase in my life where there are these tiny little people in my house, like everywhere I go, and they will grab you, and they have these very strong opinions, and they hold on to you, and they wreak havoc on your grocery bill, and they scream and they cry, and they vomit. And then there's that amazing moment where there's an odd and uncommon silence, and you look down, and a 2-year-old girl looks up at you and counts to 10 in Spanish. You're like, where'd that come from? And it's kind of all worth it. I know some of you have been through this. I'm in that phase. And I can't help but, when I come into work, relate that experience of having a 3-year-old boy and a 2-year-old daughter to a CRM that is 2 years old, as we are here together at Inbound, 2 years after the launch of the remarkable free HubSpot CRM. It's really growing up. As a parent, I see the CRM, and I see it in one of these thrilling developmental leaps. And David and his team have been pushing us hard, giving us great feedback. They're the canonical customer for us in terms of the list of stuff they want to do. We hear from thousands of you, and we've added a lot of this deep functionality to CRM. Permissioning, deep role-based permissioning for sales, for marketing. Who can see what, who can edit what. Very, very cool. You can merge companies. This was one that thousands of you actually, over 1,000 votes on our ideas forum. Very exciting one. We take care of all of the merging under the covers, and we've redesigned it. So as part of this ambitious project to bring the app up to a consumer-grade user experience, we've redesigned the CRM. Absolutely beautiful, clean, consumer-grade. It looks much more like Facebook and consumer products than other stuff you use at work. So deep CRM functionality improvements. What do you guys think of the CRM? I won't stretch the kid metaphor too far, but we're kind of playing with the cool kids in the next one here. There's this movement in sales called social selling. It's very cool. There's one company that's the clear thought leader in social selling. It's a simple, powerful concept of using context and relationships and social media to deepen the connection between your buyer and your sales team. And it really works. It's very, very cool. As I say, there's a clear leader here and a clear market leader product. And this company went out and looked at every CRM on the planet. They evaluated every CRM on the planet, and they decided to do a formal partnership with barely a handful. All of the well-established enterprise CRM folks that you would think of, and us. Join me in celebrating our partnership with LinkedIn Sales Navigator. We love LinkedIn, look up to LinkedIn, and you won't get this anywhere else in a free CRM. If you're a user of Sales Navigator, the LinkedIn data appears automatically. It's embedded. It's just absolutely gorgeous on the contact and company records without having to leave the CRM. We've studied this, and it saves a mind-boggling amount of time hopping between tabs and doing different searches and all the rest of that. If you've ever watched a sales rep work, you understand how powerful this is. So Sales Navigator partnership is a thrilling one for us. We'll pull on this thread a little bit more. Great thing about the growth stack is getting everybody to do more of what they're good at. Sales reps are good at being on the phone, being in person, advising, and closing business. So how do we think about sales software? How do we make that happen? It's not enough for us to build for the VP of sales. It's not enough even for us to build for the rep and make sure the rep is productive. We had another one of these key insights, which is if you build a remarkable buying experience, the buyers buy, the sales reps hit their numbers, the managers hit their numbers, and somehow your head of sales is even better looking. As if that were even possible. Thanks to everybody who was in the HubSpot Meetings beta this year. We have a few exciting new features to show you. Meetings, for those of you who don't know it, is a slick app that connects the calendars, the Outlook 365 or Google Apps calendars of your reps, to the growth stack and allows you as a marketer to show the calendar of the rep. So there are all kinds of cool things you can do with it. Here, this is a sweet new feature where you can customize different meeting links. Not all prospects are created equal, right? And this one is a great one for David and his team because you can take the calendar and embed it on a landing page. So no more putting a form there and then trying to nurture someone from the rep into booking a meeting manually. It's all automatic. And then this last piece has transformed how we do business at HubSpot using the meeting link in your nurturing. So any of you who are using a from email address from the rep in your nurturing, which is a great thing to do, you can include the meeting link. There's nothing simpler and more powerful than your sales reps waking up in the morning and having a day of booked meetings. We have dozens of reps inside HubSpot for whom this is a reality. Those are our improvements to HubSpot Meetings. And Meetings works because we take steps out of the process. That improves the experience for the buyer, and the reps love it. Reps aren't adding a lot of value, hassling back and forth to try to book a time, and buyers don't like it either. So if we can remove that step with the growth stack, it's great for the buyer, it's great for the rep. So David and his team, and admittedly hundreds of you, came to us over the course of the last year with a very interesting opportunity. On-site chat is becoming a standard. It's becoming a customer, a prospect expectation. And there's some beautiful ways of doing this out there. If you haven't learned about on-site chat, you should really learn about on-site chat. We've been using it for years at HubSpot. Unbelievably effective when you can target who to talk to, the message to reach out to them with, and who to connect them with. These are the three things that we've learned you have to do with on-site chat. Join me in celebrating the launch of HubSpot messages, on-site chat for the growth stack does all three. So it's familiar on-site chat interface, just what you'd expect, but it's powerful. This is growth stack chat with the meeting link. It's the right rep based on the person who's viewing the page. Super cool, no additional work, very powerful. The rep can chat right from alongside the CRM tools and the sales tools within HubSpot. Seamless, easy. You have the whole CRM record. So you have all the context as you're having that chat without having to open up different tabs and kind of figure out where you left the conversation on and off. And it would not be a true growth stack product if the conversation weren't saved to the contact timeline. So now every interaction that you have becomes available to you in the future. You can easily reference it right on the contact timeline, along with dozens of other types of events. HubSpot messages, very, very cool. On-site chat for sales, powered by the growth stack. All right, I've talked about David, I've talked about Sam, I've talked about EasyCater. But I actually want to introduce you to these guys and let you hear their perspective on the growth stack from themselves.
My name is David Meiselman. I'm the Chief Marketing Officer at EasyCater. EasyCater is the only nationwide marketplace that connects business people with caterers and restaurants that are ready to deliver food to any business meeting or any event. We've got 46,000 restaurants and caterers all over the United States. We really aspire to be the place that people go to when they need to provide food for business. And one of the most important things for us when we're looking for technology tools or platforms, we needed to find a platform that would enable us to pursue growth. It was very, very easy for us to put HubSpot at the middle of that sales and marketing stack to be able to integrate with all of the different activities and data flows that we have going on. Whether you're talking about a marketer's view or a salesperson's view, I have context with the messaging that I can send to you and the reasons why I'm executing that.
When I look at the timeline, I'm able to see every interaction from the moment that that client has become a lead. So it will have where the client came from as a source. It will have any time that they've clicked on a link in an email or on a website or any information that I would need to know, that will be listed on the timelines. Often it will be, one day somebody was on the page 6 times in the morning and 5 times later that afternoon. You know immediately this is a hot lead. This is somebody I need to have a conversation with because I can close that lead today.
I think the number one reason why we selected HubSpot as a core to our growth stack is both the depth of features, but also the ease of integration. In a previous life, I'd been involved in some pretty hairy integration projects that took a lot of time and cost a lot of money. We were able to put HubSpot in place and integrate it with our commerce engine with a fairly small team dedicated to it, which frankly was amazingly quick.
Whenever I have an idea or a team member of mine has an idea, we can make it a reality really, really fast. You don't have to fumble around with all these different systems or you're wondering where things are. It's so easy to move quickly. When you're at a high growth company, moving quickly is hugely, hugely important, and HubSpot enables us to do that.
What I love about HubSpot, it's really 2 things. The openness of the platform, so it is able to be the core of our growth stack, but it's also the fact that the platform keeps evolving and keeps getting better. And that helps us to grow even faster.
One more friend. It's the home stretch. My buddy Pete. You saw Pete briefly in the intro video for Brian and Dharmesh. He's up here. And Pete and Parlor Skis. These guys make handmade skis. Very, very cool company. And he texted me this week. And he said, can you believe this all started at the dog park? And it did. A little over 2 years ago, before we'd announced the CRM, Pete came up to me at the dog park. I'm not making this up. You can ask him over drinks later or something. He said, do you know where I could find a free CRM? And in retrospect, it makes a lot of sense. Pete and Mark and his buddies were working their day jobs in corporate America, and at night, they had this cool space in the bottom of a funeral parlor where they were following their passion and building skis by hand, doing custom graphics on them and selling these small batch kind of artisanal skis. Very, very cool. Following their passion with Penny the shop dog. And so we brought Pete into the HubSpot office. We got a note from Mark 2 days later saying they were running their entire business on the HubSpot CRM, paying nothing. Everything from the first customer conversation in Gmail all the way through to handling manufacturing of the skis using deals in the deal board in CRM. We thought that was very cool. And they've grown a lot. They've quit their corporate jobs. They're doing this full time. Last winter, I was walking down Newbury Street, and I looked over. I kid you not, I saw a Parlor Skis store. And I walked in, and there were real humans selling skis on Newbury Street. I couldn't believe it. I thought it was so cool. But we haven't done everything that we need to do for Pete yet. There's a little bit of a problem. See, when we started building technology, we started with marketing. 10 years ago, started building marketing tools. And we've always been selling to folks who are, have time to really dig in and come to inbound, do this kind of stuff, listen to the methodology, the philosophy. And Pete and his buddies, they have a lot of great ideas, but they need to be building skis or skiing. Those are the two big things that really matter. And over the years, there's an interesting pattern to the other tools that we have added to the growth stack. Notice that we have made very substantial free versions of those. Can anybody see where this is going? Join me in celebrating a brand new HubSpot Marketing free product. I'm in love with HubSpot Marketing Free. It is the simplest lead capture tool and the most powerful one available. And it's truly free. It's not a watered down thing that you're going to end up graduating from and paying for. It is very powerful. We have lead insights. We enrich those leads and show you information about the company. We have that same gorgeous timeline available. This is fully integrated into the growth stack. And when you create these lead flows, we have all the different kinds of patterns, any kind of taste, anything you're looking for, you can do here. And then the forms work in this very slick, progressive fashion. So it's very human. It feels great to fill out a HubSpot Marketing free form. They're customizable. You can put your branding in there. You can preview them. And the stunner for us was that this way of doing lead capture on the website is 7 times as effective in our testing as a traditional CTA landing page form combination. So it's not just simple, not just free, but it is very, very powerful. And one of the things that I love about it is that it is deeply mobile friendly. So when one of these lead flows is on one of your pages on a mobile device, it shows up perfectly. It's high conversion rate for people to fill it out. Really wonderful thing. HubSpot Marketing free. So now today we have a full, simple, powerful, and free growth stack. Millions of companies around the world that are like Pete and Parlor Skis can pursue their ambitious visions for growth using this entire growth stack with no startup costs whatsoever. HubSpot Marketing Free is the final piece of the puzzle to truly democratize the growth stack. It's available for free for everybody under the sun. Nothing is simpler or more powerful than free. That's the tip of the iceberg. That is the tip of the 2016 product improvement iceberg. You can learn so much more about what you saw today. Some of what you saw is available today. Some's coming in the next few months. All of the information about what you saw and so much more is available on HubSpot.com/new. Thank you, guys. And here's to hundreds more ideas delivered together in 2017.